Blood Roots of the Forest, Episode 1. The letter they told me to forget her. After 6 months, everyone had moved on. The police stopped searching. The news stopped covering it. Even my parents, God bless them, they packed away Anna's things like she was just a chapter we had to close. But how do you forget your little sister? I remember the last page. It said, Anna disappeared in Red Hollow Forest. Not a single trace beyond her empty tent, her boots by the fire and her journal half buried in mud, the ink smudged by rain. The roots here are strange. They're warm. Said she probably wandered off trail and got lost, maybe fell, or worse. But something about that never felt right. The same thing. Anna standing at the edge of the trees, barefoot, her mouth moving, but I couldn't hear what she was saying. Every time I stepped toward her, the forest pulled her back into the dark. Anna wasn't careless. She was smart, cautious. She'd hiked 100 forests, but something about Red Hollow, it was different. Everyone in that town treated it like a curse. They called it an accident. I kept dreaming about her every night. And then last week, something changed. A letter arrived. There was no postmark, no return address, just my name on the front, written in open cursive I hadn't seen in half a year. I opened it slowly, already shaking. Inside was a single page. 4 sentences, written in the same hand that used to leave notes on my bedroom door when we were kids. Ethan, I'm alive. Come find me. Follow the roots. They know the truth. I stared at it for a long time, not breathing, not moving. Just reading those words again and again until they burned into my brain. The people there looked at me like I was already dead. A man at the gas station wouldn't even sell me water until I told him I was in tea going into the woods. It was Anna's handwriting. It was all her. Her eyes were terrified. It wasn't similar. It wasn't close. It was hers. Every curl of the letters, every tilt of her E, even the tiny ink where the pen must have slipped at the end. And the letter, it smelled like jasmine. That same subtle perfume she always wore in spring. Shadows stretched long between the trees. The air had a weight to it. Not the weight of humidity, but pressure, like the whole forest was holding its breath, waiting. Not even fear could overpower the pull I felt in my chest. If there was even the slightest chance Anna was alive, I had to find her. That was the moment I stopped doubting. The next morning, I packed a bag and left. I drove 6 hours across state lines to the town closest to Red Hollow. They looked unnatural. It's more like muscle tissue than anything botanical. I heard her voice. When I asked for directions, an old woman sitting on a bench outside the store stood up, walked to me, and grabbed my wrist. I knew it the way you know your own heartbeat. Her voice always had this small, trembling break in it when she was scared, and I could hear it. Her grip was weak, but cold. In her eyes, she whispered, "If the forest calls you by name, don't answer. That's how it begins." Then she let go, turned her back to me, and wouldn't speak again. I should have listened, but I didn't. By the time I reached the forest's edge, the sun had dipped low enough that everything looked like it was bathed in dying firelight. Every step I took felt heavier than the last. My legs weren't just tired, they were being pulled. The birds didn't sing, the wind didn't move. It felt wrong, and that's when I saw them. Thick red roots crawling along the forest floor like veins wide, damp and pulsing faintly beneath the leaves and moss. They led forward, disappearing into the trees like a trail. I didn't question it. I didn't stop to wonder how roots could bleed or breathe. I just followed. And then, somewhere far ahead, soft, fragile, echoing through the trees, Ethan, I froze. That wasn't my mind playing tricks. That was her voice. It was Anna. She was scared, but she was alive. I took a step forward. The earth beneath me felt soft, too soft like something moved just below the surface. Still, I followed the red roots deeper into the forest, every inch of me screaming to turn back. But her voice kept calling. "Ethan, please." So I went further into Red Hollow. And with every step, it felt like the forest was slowly waking up.